How much is art worth? Then again, how much is anything worth?
Okay, let's think of something more down to earth. Imagine you're the average Joe on the internet who would like to start earning some money through your favorite hobby, drawing. You could save up for the thing you want, or maybe even make it your dream job. But where do you start? There are thousands of tips and guides online on how to price art commissions, and they usually highlight 3 main criteria: hours spent working times minimum wage, plus material expenses, plus expertise. Easy formula, yet still a source of confusion and anxiety. So let's make it even simpler. Imagine a child. Please stop crying, I promise it'll be okay. So imagine a child who likes making lemonade. The child realizes they make so much lemonade, they could probably share. So they make a little lemonade stand, selling it for 25 cents a glass. Imagine you walk up to the lemonade stand. Do you A, buy some lemonade and probably make the kid very happy in the process? B, do not buy the lemonade because it tastes like piss due to being made by a literal child? C, ask for some grapes? Or D, give the child a lecture about how their cheap-ass lemonade is crushing the economy and they should rather consider the expenses plus time that it took to create the lemonade in order to sell it for an appropriate price. Anyway, the shitty lemonade was actually shitty art, and the child was me. As a child. I've been doing art commissions for many years, and when I started off, I was just a kid playing a game. I remember it like it was yesterday. Registering to all the art websites I knew, drawing crappy fan art, unoriginal original character designs, and trying to reach my goal of 2 comments. It was a simpler time. Until one day, someone approached me.
Hello. Would you be interested in drawing my super cool original character Fishhog in exchange for some virtual currency?
I can draw? And get paid for it? My mind was blown. I happily drew the person's fishhog and got my points. So even though I was paid in the virtual currency that was used on the site, it was still transferable to real money and would roughly convert to 15 cents. Maybe less than that. But I didn't mind. It was still the first profit I had ever made. And I learned 2 things from that experience. 1, there were people willing to commission even baby artists like me just to expand their art collection of their OC. And 2, I could earn money with my art. And maybe someday, I'll collect enough to buy myself a hippie van. And a pair of robot legs. Then those bullies will pay. I set up my commission sheet for teeny tiny prices and was lucky enough to actually get commissioners every now and then. Naturally, over time, my art started improving, and I realized that it was possible to make my prices a bit higher. So sometimes I did, and I still got customers. Now, even though I wasn't making a lot of money, my savings were still growing little by little, and it made me feel very proud and independent, like an adult with a job. But it wasn't just that. I also just liked drawing for other people. It made me feel like I'm worth something, like people care. But sometimes, seemingly for no reason, the well went dry, and people weren't asking for any drawings anymore. When you play video games, you get used to gradual progress. Rewards getting bigger, better tasks getting unlocked. You don't just stop progressing for no reason. But I did. I may have been lucky at first, but I did eventually experience the ever-so-common issue of being a commission artist in a vast sea of commission artists. How could I even compete with other people? They were older, better, had more followers. Like, sure, I wasn't in desperate need of money since I still live with my parents. But what was the point of drawing for fun now when I could be drawing for something in return? I wanted money, and I wanted to stand out between the other artists. And with my fall break starting, I knew I'll have a whole week of free time, and I didn't want to spend it feeling useless and lonely. I wanted to spend it like a badass businesswoman making stonks. I made a post about a deal that couldn't be ignored. 30 character drawings. In exchange for just $10. So that's about 30 cents per drawing, which was much lower than anything on my commission sheet even at the time. But I wanted to feel like I did something in my school break. Despite how great of a deal this was, I wasn't flooded by DMs like I hoped. In fact, most of spring break I just sat around and nothing really happened. Until one person took a look at my post and said, "Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Here's $10 and a long-ass list of characters." Success! So I started drawing right away. I drew, and I drew. I drew in the morning, I drew in the evening, I drew while watching cartoons, I drew while eating, and by the end of fall break, I wasn't even halfway through. I know there are artists who can draw super fast and do stuff like this in a week, but I wasn't one of them, and it only became harder when school started. It was so hard to find time to do anything. Just completely forget drawing for myself. I was sick and tired of it. But I couldn't randomly quit something that I had agreed to. I made a commitment, and I was gonna stick through it. So in the span of about a month, I was finished. I thought I would feel triumphant. But instead, I felt kinda unfulfilled and sick. I thought I would be proud of the $10 I earned, but I wasn't. Sure, I might have gotten the DM faster than someone with more appropriate prices, but in the same time, was it worth it? Like, someone could get just one commission a month, but still get paid the same amount as I did for a full month's work. And I would have had time to draw other stuff, like just practice or things that made me happy, even things that would have gotten me more followers, because obviously I didn't get new followers while drawing all these random characters. And you know what's the silliest part? My dumb situation could have all been avoided if I just didn't base my worth as an artist on how much work I'm getting. Now, I can't imagine the stress I would go through if I actually desperately needed the money. Like, to raise $100 for my dog's cough medicine. I would have to draw 300 drawings and freaking perish in the process. Or still not get any commissions because coming across people who want to order from you is also a matter of luck. And I'm lucky only one person took the insane deal that I offered. Now, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. I just wanted to give some advice based on my experience. If you want to price your commissions low or feel like you have to at this point in your career, at least put some sort of limit on the amount so you have time to go outside and touch grass. Over the years, just as my art got better, my prices got higher. It was a very, very slow and gradual process, and I'm proud of the journey looking back at it now. It takes long to see what works, what doesn't work. Maybe you just want to quit and start all over with a completely different style and subject. If you're like me, the goal is to eventually be able to support yourself as an artist. And 30-cent commissions just won't get you there. And I'm still not there yet. On top of work, university, and several dreams and long-term projects I'm a part of, I had to close my commissions, and the videos I create don't make a lot of money.
Oh my God!
Sharing my videos and commenting helps a lot, and if you want, you can support me by clicking the thanks button, or by joining my freshly made Patreon, where you can get early access to ad-free videos and updates about the different art stuff that I do. For example, I'm planning on selling some socks and would love some feedback on them. I'm still in the process of figuring out what works and what doesn't, so we'll see. But for now, bye-bye.